What's up, guys? I'm just here to make a quick video about the current boxing prospects and my take on a few of the up and comings, and some of the fighters who've already been on the scene a while but are still in the early stages of their careers. I want to talk a little about where I see the careers going. I won't labor too long on each fighter, just a quick breakdown of their styles and what they've achieved so far, and how I think they'll fare in the future, and who I'd like to see them fight next. So I'd like to get started with probably the guy who's been getting the most hype than anyone else as a future prospect, and that's Saul Canelo Alvarez. Now, I like Saul Alvarez. I think he's alright, but I think there's way too much hype around him. I get that he's only 20 years old and he's already 40 and or something like that, but to be honest with you, I think his record is extremely misleading. I mean, take nothing away from Saul Alvarez. He's a young dude and he's the WBC champion, even though belts don't really mean anything anymore, in all honesty. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not convinced by Canelo Alvarez. There's just the three biggest names on this guy's resume are Baldomir, Quintana, and Mosley, and all those guys were I want to say past their prime, but like, fuck me, that would be an understatement. These guys are nowhere near what they used to be when they were in their prime. This dude, he may as well afford like Muhammad Ali, you know. I mean, the oldest trick in the book. It's nothing new. Getting big name fighters who are washed up or coming off defeats to pad a record and make it seem like you're better than you really are. Really, that's all it is. I think any fighter with decent hand speed would give Canelo Alvarez problems. I have yet to see him fight a fighter with good hand speed. I'd like to see that, because I think James Kirkland will fuck him up. Kell Brook, Amir Khan. I don't think you can. I don't think you could deal with these guys, man. Honestly, I don't think he's got it in him to deal with these guys. I mean, he almost got knocked out by Miguel Cotto's brother. I don't see him beating anybody with really good hand speed or boxing skills. I mean, Mayweather, forget it, dude. I mean, I can't believe there were people out there who actually wanted to watch that fight. Thank God that didn't happen. When your own promoter is telling you you're not ready, forget it, man. Not gonna happen, man. The next dude I want to talk about is Adrian Broner. Now, I like Adrian Broner. I really do. I really like Adrian Broner. He definitely, to me, has got a lot better boxing skills than Canelo Alvarez, and I think he has the potential to be a future superstar if he cleans up his style a little bit. I do think a lot of people go overboard with Broner and that they compare him to Floyd when he was his age. His stance and his technique is quite similar, but to me personally, he lacks the footwork and the sharpness that Floyd had when he was younger. Because what a lot of people don't know is that Floyd was at his greatest when he was a lightweight slash featherweight in his mid-20s. That was when Floyd was in his absolute prime. The Corrales fight, that by many today is considered, as the point where Floyd was at his absolute peak. Broner, he has the athletic ability. He does have the athletic ability, but he has to work on a few things. As far as his personality, purely from a boxing perspective, I think his attitude will do well for his career as far as adding to the entertainment value. He gets his father to brush his hair after the fight or whatever, and that's funny. I like that. This is entertainment as much as this sport. So keep it up. Brush up the footwork, and we might have something special here. Next, I'd like to talk about Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I'm gonna be brief and to the point. I see nothing at all in Chavez Jr. It seems like every time I've seen this guy fight, I have no idea. I don't see what everyone's going on about. I don't see anything special in this guy at all. No, nothing. I don't see any real boxing skill. He's another young fighter with a padded record, a la Canelo Alvarez. His father, Chavez Sr., I thought had far better overall skill than his son does. But even in his case, I mean, his main strength was his heart and his chin. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. was like he was like Antonio Margarito, but with hand speed and much better defense. That's about the best way I could put it, really. Frankly, Chavez Jr. is 26 now anyway, so he's not really a prospect anymore. You know, he should be reaching the peak years in his career, but everyone still talks about this guy like he's an up and coming fighter or something. Honestly, I think any of the other fighters I mentioned in this list would fuck Chavez Jr. up. You know, that's pretty much all I've got to say about him. The next guy I want to talk about is Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas, he's a good fighter. I think that's about as far as it goes for him in my eyes. He's a good fighter. You know, that's it. Decent hand speed, straightforward style. Not what you'd call a power puncher. Not what you'd call a knockout artist. Nothing exciting about him to me. Honestly, he's just a good fighter. I don't see any special talent in him. He's being pitched somewhat as the future flagship of Mayweather Promotions. Frankly, I think they've got to do much better than that. Because I think once this guy comes up against someone with any real boxing skill, he's gonna fall short. You know, he got showed up by Stevie Forbes. To me, Stevie Forbes is way past it. I don't know how old Stevie Forbes is. I want to say like 37 or 38. I think. I remember he fought Oscar De La Hoya way back in like 2006, and even then he was like, I think, an old guy if I'm not mistaken. So, but anyway, I mean, I'm not saying Vargas didn't win that fight, but I didn't see him pushing the issue at all. So, again, nothing special. That's all I've got to say about Jesse Vargas. Kell Brook. Now, Kell Brook, I think, is the best prospect on the list that I've mentioned so far. I can't lie to you, I really, really like Kell Brook. I think he has the potential to be one of the best guys in the welterweight division. I love his style. Stylistically, one of my favorite pure boxers at the moment, a la Mayweather, Marquez, Gamboa, and co. I would love to see Kell Brook fight Amir Khan. I'd love to see that fight. You know, two British guys. The story, they're about the same age, and I'd like to see that fight. I'd love to see him move up and fight Canelo too. I'd love to see him move up and fight Canelo Alvarez, but of course, there's no way in hell Golden Boy would ever let that happen, because it's not worth the money, and I think it'd beat the shit out of Canelo. Quite frankly, I think it'd fuck him up. You know, he's got to fight outside the UK. Move outside the UK and fight. Don't leave it too late in your career. Don't make the same mistake as Joe Calzaghe, who is one of my favorite fighters of the last generation. Move outside of the UK and fight in the States. You've got a style that you can sustain for a long career. So even though you're 26 or something, I think he'll keep getting better. But I would like to see him move out and fight some tougher opposition. That's all I've got for now. I might make a part 2 to this video, but for now I'm going to leave it at that. So